Welcome to DJM TV.
Some of the delegates and ask their questions.
Labour Party don't kick against INEC way of selecting justice to give Nigerians. My people, now welcome to DJM TV Daily News Update. Now, what's up, channel? When they get ogbonge gist for Nigeria and all over the world. This is your first time to see any of our video. They tell you, say welcome, and make not forget to follow our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also turn on all notification bells so that you go feel they get better information anytime we like say we drop any new video. Oh yeah, make we run enter the gist we will get for now today. The Labour Party wey dey inside Nigeria don reveal say INEC don abandon justice for inside Nigeria as they carry out selected justice for the electoral process. According to the Labour Party, for one press conference inside one video we wan watch, dem come dey talk say wetin happen for Enugu and Adamawa state na the same thing. E say but INEC only give the Adamawa state justice, but they allow wetin happen for inside Enugu to go scot-free. Because say on the 18th of March for inside the governorship election for inside Enugu state, after they don collate 16 out of the 17 local government area for inside Enugu state, the Labour Party candidate dey lead with over 11,000 votes. But to the surprise of Nigeria, they can allocate a very large amount of votes, over 30,000 votes, give the People's Democratic Party candidate for inside Nkanu East. Now make the PDP win that election. Also remember, say 2 out of the senatorial district for inside the state na the Labour Party winner. 14 out of the 24 House of Assembly seats na the Labour Party winner. Even majority of the House of Representatives na even still the Labour Party na winner. So people call dey wonder how the People's Democratic Party take win that governorship election. But the Labour Party don come out come talk say na INEC dey do selective justice for inside the process, because wetin happen for Adamawa state na still wetin happen for Enugu state. Oya, make we watch the video wey the Labour Party take hold the press conference. We dey come back.
On the Adamawa state gubernatorial election following the supplementary election that took place on 15th April 2023. Kindly recall that Adamawa and Enugu scenarios are materially the same, though with different outcomes. The sham that took place in Enugu on 18th March was exactly what abandoned the Adamawa REC to attempt to usurp the powers of the Adamawa State Returning Officer in such a shameful, disgraceful, and shambolic manner. The REC in Adamawa must have reasoned that if the INEC National Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, could easily usurp the powers of the Enugu State Returning Officer by constituting a committee that strangely sat to deduct and award votes to candidates in flagrant disobedience to the provisions of the Electoral Act, he too could do the same and get away with it. You may recall that in Enugu, after the collation of 16 local government areas out of the 17 LGAs of the state, the Labour Party candidate, Honorable Chijioke Doga, was leading with over 11,000 votes. This lead by the Labour Party was in consonance with the results of the other declared elections in the state, wherein the Labour Party won 2 of the 3 senatorial seats in the state, 7 out of the 8 rep seats in the state, and 14 out of the 24 seats in the House of Assembly of the state. Where then lies the path to victory for the PDP in that election, judging from the above established voting pattern. Surprisingly, the PDP in Enugu, working in cahoots with the INEC, shockingly and provocatively wrote and awarded to the PDP a whooping 30,000 votes at Nkanu East LGA, the LGA of the PDP candidates. According to figures from the INEC beavers, Nkanu East local government area recorded a total number of 15,000 accredited voters on the election day. However, when the votes were declared, the PDP was allocated a total number of 30,350 votes, while a total number of 1,855 was credited to the Labour Party. So the big question is, How could INEC have turned out over 33,000 votes in Nkanu East local government area that had only about 15,000 accredited voters? The ready answer is that the Electoral Act was literally thrown under the bus by writing results without recourse to the beavers. One had expected the INEC to cancel the results of the polling units in Nkanu East local government area, where there were manifest overvoting in line with Section 51, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act, which stipulates that where there are established incidents of overvoting in any polling unit, the returning officer has an obligation under the law to cancel the elections in those polling units and order a rerun. Following the protests by the Labour Party agents and the agents of other political parties, in addition to the reluctance of Professor Madu BBC Ofo Iwe, the state returning officer, to accept the Nkanu East local government area results, the collation was temporarily suspended by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the INEC national chairman, who then unlawfully took charge of the situation by constituting a committee that illegally sidestepped the Electoral Act by awarding and subtracting votes indiscriminately. Again, at the time of declaration of Enugu State gubernatorial election results, there were a total number of 21,156 persons with PVCs yet to cast their votes across the state because elections did not hold in their polling units due to violence. And ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that from the figures we gleaned, from the information we gleaned from the INEC IREF, INEC clearly recorded that elections did not take place in these polling units because of violence. It was clearly recorded by INEC. Recall that in the final results, as declared by INEC, the candidate of the PDP purportedly polled a total number of 160,895 votes, while the candidate of the Labour Party polled a total of 157,552 votes. In other words, the candidate of the PDP purportedly won by 3,343 votes. From the above analysis, it is therefore glaring that the above figure of 21,156 persons with PVCs is substantial enough to effect the final outcome of the election. Yet, INEC curiously rushed to return a winner without conducting supplementary election as they did in Adamawa State. In addition, the number of cancelled votes far exceeded the margin of lead between the candidates of the Labour Party and the PDP. Kindly note that the Electoral Act provides that when the number of cancelled votes exceeds the margin of lead, a rerun should be conducted in the affected units or units, as the case may be, before a return could be made. Notwithstanding these clear provisions the INEC in Enugu bizarrely returned a winner in an election that was literally inconclusive. It is therefore against the above background that we at the Labour Party Coalition for True.
My people, now welcome back to DJMTV Daily News Update. Now don't use eye and ear to hear and see wetin the Labour Party they talk for inside this press conference. If you never get the gist, wetin they talk be say wetin INEC do for Adamawa State, now they supposed to do for Enugu State. The rightful winner of that election, that the Labour Party, because according to the press conference, so the talker you hear them, 16 out of the 17 local government, now Labour Party do the lead with 11,000 votes. All of a sudden, for a place where they get 15,000 accredited voters, they can't carry over 30,000 votes, give the People's Democratic Party for inside the election. And that will make the People's Democratic Party feel win that particular election. And now the Labour Party, they talk, say, if this kind of thing, they not stop her for inside Nigeria, that means say our democracy is questionable. So my people, how una take see this kind of matter? Make una go the comment section below. Make una go drop what una think concerning this press conference. Maybe like the Labour Party they don't release. I go soon now for the next update.
Welcome to DJMTV.
DJMTV. Of the delegates and ask the question. DJMTV. DJMTV. DJMTV.